Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're gonna start with this one first, and it says here, mysterious heartbeat pulsating from interstellar object 3I Atlas as it nears planet Earth. Alright, so it has a heartbeat. We're gonna see what's going on with this one here, guys. A lot of information, very important updates about this strange, mysterious object that came from another galaxy. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on with this one. We have more breaking news coming out. Colombia warns it's on the brink of war with the US after threat of launching military strikes on country producing, well, you guys already know, the product, narcotic from Trump. Alright, so we do have multiple breaking news I want to share with you guys. But before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. It's 1 a.m. Eastern time, and I'm still going at it. I just got home from the gym, and yeah, I had a really busy day. My second job, 2 jobs and stuff, and going to the gym, it's just too much. So yeah, I want to thank every single one of you for your support. Thank you so much, guys. As the cosmos whispers secrets to our telescope, a new mystery unfolds. An interstellar visitor named 3I Atlas is emitting rhythmic burst of light dubbed a heartbeat as it hurtles towards our planet. So the thing has a heartbeat, I guess. In other words, according to some of these scientists, it's a spaceship if it has a heartbeat. Discovered in late 2025, this comet from beyond our solar system will make its closest approach on December 19. Isn't that the same day that they're going to release the Jeffrey Files? So they're going to release the Jeffrey Files the same day Atlas is going to get closer to Earth. So, well, it's not going to be that close. 170 million miles away, far enough to pose no danger, but close enough to captivate scientists and stargazers alike. 170 million miles. That's not even considered a near-Earth object. That's insane. That is insane. That is not close to Earth. The moon and Earth is, what, 224,000 kilometers. All right, like 144,000, 150,000 miles. You can see the moon. This one here is 170 million. That's a crazy number. Unlike the familiar comets born in our solar system, icy fringes 3I Atlas hails from interstellar space, a wanderer ejected from another star system. All right, so this one here came from another galaxy. And this one here is different compared to the space rock that was born in our galaxy. The one 3I Atlas, I believe it is a unique space rock. Possibly metallic metal, who knows? Possibly diamonds and gold. That's why it changes color every time it nears the sun, the reflection. It says here, first spotted by the Atlas survey in November 2025. It streaks through the intersolar system, its path monitored by the International Asteroid Warning Network. Ground-based telescope have revealed a spectacle every 16.16 hours. The object erupts in jets of gas and dust, causing its brightness to surge by 20 to 40%. All right, so a lot of people believe that this is some kind of alien space object. Here's the thing, guys. The Bible only speaks about, again, when God created man on the 6th day in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. And then from there, it does speak about other, creatures, whatever, demons, fallen angels, you name them. But when it comes to alien, that is something that came from men. All right, so it's something that was created by men. But scripture says something else: demons, angels, and stuff like that. Fresh images from Spain, Nordic optical telescopes show it instinct, sporting an unusual anti-tail aimed sunward, and twin plumes stretching thousands of miles. This pulsing isn't subtle. It's a cosmic metronome detected since the comet's arrival and possibly raging for months undetected. Now, amateur astronomers armed with backyard scopes have snapped crisp photos, turning this event into a global spectacle. At first glance, the heartbeat seems straightforward. Now, this the comet's solid core likely spins once every 16.16 hours. As it rotates, pockets of surface ice heat under sunlight, vaporizing into high-speed jets up to 985 miles per hour and propelling dust and gas outward. Now, this ejects material in predictable bursts, lighting up the surrounding coma, a hazy envelope of debris spanning hundreds of thousands of miles. Yet anomalies abound. The coma's glow should diffuse these flashes. Muting brightness swings to a mere 5%, not the dramatic 20 to 40% observed. Here's the thing, guys. Again, sometimes, this scientist, I guess his name is Loeb, sometimes, he could just go way to the extreme when it comes to the Interstellar 3I Atlas. Now, he believes this is a spaceship, and is basically visiting us and keeping an eye on planet Earth. But again, that's all like conspiracy stuff. But again, this is coming out from scientist Loeb. NASA believed this is a comet. It's just a space rock, and it's a unique space rock. I agree with NASA. I don't think it's a space object. A spaceship. I believe this is not an asteroid, a comet. So the tail points backward towards the sun, defying typical solar wind patterns. Near perihelion, the comet shifts from red to blue hues, and its trajectory wobbles inexplicably unaccounted for by gravity alone. Now you have this is the one right here, scientist A.V. Loeb, renowned for probing Oumuamua oddities, counts 12 such quirks. The pulsations of light were strange because almost all the lights telescopes saw comes from the coma. Now, the giant cloud should have acted like a big soft blanket that washes out or dilutes the sharp flashes, Loeb remarked in a recent interview. NASA, the European Space Agency, remains steadfast, and 3I Atlas is a lifeline rock. Is peculiarities stemming from an alien chemical makeup forged in a distant stellar nursery. No extraterrestrial signals, they insist. Now, just the quirks of a comet untouched by our sun's warmth for billions of years. Now, this isn't the first interstellar enigma. In 2017, Oumuamua puzzled observers with its cigar shape, non-gravitational acceleration, and radio silence, sparking low speculation of alien tech. Now, 3I Atlas echoes those debates, its heartbeat fueling whispers of artificial origins. Now, scientist Loeb urges openness. Here we are talking about a potential for something that could affect humanity in the future in a dramatic way. And so you shouldn't apply the same approach of being a conservative as possible. Truly apologize, guys. Skeptics counter that nature ingenuity outstrips our imagination. The United Nations and IAWN's 2-month observation campaign, launched November 27, will refine models for tracking rogue object, vital as survey like Atlas hunt for Earth-threatening intruders. All right, so I'm not too surprised with this one here. This one here was, it wasn't like, ooh, wow. It just, this thing is just a space rock. Sometime, again, you have those alien hunters out there that believe that 3-Eye Atlas is a spaceship. Again, I just don't believe in aliens. I don't. But I do believe that there are signs of the heavens. There are space rock, there's stars, and so many other heavens elements. But Scripture does not mention flying alien stuff going on out there. But again, the only thing that fell to earth was the fallen angels, when Satan cast the third of the angels down to earth. All right, so we're gonna go with this one here. Give me a second. And my cat just came out of nowhere. All right, so it says here, in a stunning escalation of rhetoric, Colombia President Gustavo has warned that threats from U.S. Commander-in-Chief could push the two nations to the brink of war. Well, you started it, man. You said that you mess with Colombia, you mess with the Jaguar. And I don't think that Jaguar could outbeat the sleeping giant. The class stems from Donald's aggressive war on drugs stance targeting Colombia and Venezuela, a key sources of cocaine flooding the U.S. streets. During a cabinet meeting on Tuesday, Donald explicitly named Colombia and Venezuela as potential target for military action. I hear Colombia is making powder. Oh, they've been making that stuff. I mean, that's Pablo Escobar times 2. They have powder manufacturing plants. Anybody that doing that and sending it into our country is subject to strike, Donald declared, dismissing limits on strike against Venezuela. This follows months of tensions. In October, Donald labeled Petro an illegal drug dealer. Man. Threatening to cut U.S. aid and impose tariff on his family. Man. Last month, the U.S. closed its airspace to Venezuela and launched strike on suspected drug boats in the Caribbean and Pacific, deploying nearly 15,000 naval troops since August. Now, these operations have taken over 80 people. Petro hit back on social media, stating, "To threaten our sovereignty is to declare war. Do not damage 2 centuries of diplomatic relations." He invoked Colombia's national symbol, warning against waking the jaguar, a metaphor for unleashing fierce retaliation. In a bold gesture, Petro invited Donald to Colombia. Ooh, man. Come! So that you can participate in the destruction of the 9 laboratories we do daily to prevent the powder from reaching the U.S. The Colombian Foreign Ministry echoed the outrage, calling Donald's words a threat of external aggression that violates the dignity and integrity of the Colombian people. I want to show you something really quick here, guys. Look at this now. Rand Paul, they're going to put a stop to Donald. They're going to put a stop to Donald when it comes to striking Venezuela. Senate left, led by Senator Tim Kaine, Adam Schiff, and Minority Leader Chuck, with Republican Senator Rand Paul, filed a war powers resolution on Wednesday directing Donald to cease using the military unless specifically authorized by a declaration of war, specific authorization for use of military force. Military force in regard to potential hostility without congressional approval against Venezuela. So they want to stop or try to, control Donald. They don't want Donald to go any further when it comes to striking Venezuela. Sorry, guys. I got my cat here. Yeah, so my cat's just going wild in my studio room. Okay, important information. Temporary suspension of flights to Caracas December 4th and the 5th. All right, so today and tomorrow. So they have do not travel, I guess. It's in Spanish, though. Yeah, it's in Spanish. But I do have this information. Do not travel. It says here, Venezuela. The travel advisory for Venezuela remains at level 4. Do not travel. Americans are advised not to travel to or remain in Venezuela due to the high risk of wrongful detention and other very bad stuff in detention and more bad stuff, a lot of lawlessness stuff. I'm not going to say these names because the platform is strict. All U.S. citizens and lawful permanent resident in Venezuela are strongly advised to depart immediately. All right, so once again, do not travel level 4 to Venezuela. Man, things are really tough nowadays. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news, another Afghan. 3 in 1 week is extremely troubling. We want to give a big shout out to Joe. Thank you, Joe, so much for bringing them in. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. 100,000 plus came into our Sleeping Giant land in 2021 under Joe. And he brought them by plane without tax money. All right, so arrested in 1 week. Alleged ISIS supporter caught near D.C. Look at this. ICE arrested this person. This is the reason why we have ICE out there, to stop sleepers, to stop illegal. Do you understand why it's very important to have these law enforcements out there so you can sleep good at night? And we don't see stuff like what happened last week to the National Guard. This is the reason why Donald sent ICE and National Guard, so you could sleep good at night and live the American dream. If not, it's going to be a nightmare. ICE arrested this person and alleged, look at this, ISIS supporter in Virginia on Wednesday. This person arrived in the U.S. on September 8, 2021 through Joe, Operation Allies Welcome. He applied for temporary protected status, which was terminated when DHS Secretary ended the TPS for Afghan. DHS Secretary said the Joe administration brought this lawlessness into the U.S. under the disastrous Operation Allies Welcome program. Most of them were men. Again, they should have let the women and the young ones come first. But again, the men decided to just push the women out the way. So that's their version of Titanic. These bad groups was cuffed miles from our nation's capital, where our brave National Guard heroes Sarah, and Andrew were hit just days ago by another unvetted Afghan. 3 nationals arrested in less than 1 week. And once again, you have one person who shot 2 guard members. And my condolences goes out to the families and friends that lost a loved one, Sarah, very young. Then you had a second one arrested for bomb threats in Fort Worth after posting TikTok video of himself allegedly building a device. And then the third one, alleged ISISK material supporter. All 3 entered through Joe. Operation Allies Welcome. That's where we at. Why, Joe? Why? You haven't learned anything from what happened in September, right? 2001. You guys haven't learned anything, right? You haven't learned anything, right? Nada. Let's continue opening the door. Bring him in. Unbelievable. All right, so Crane, you got Zelensky confirmed Crane will meet with the Donald envoy after American team returned from Moscow. So they said it was canceled, but it seems like Zelensky might have a change of heart. Zelensky wants to meet with the American team once they return from Moscow. I'm going to skip this one here, though, guys. All right. Let me just refresh the page here. All right, so this is all the information here, guys. I'm just going to end a little early tonight. But what are your thoughts when it comes to all this news? Leave comments down below. And continue praying for the U.S. We got some sleepers. Joe bought a whole bunch of these sleepers. It's just mind-blowing. I don't know why he did that. He thought that it was a good idea to bring them here. It's just, what in the world were you thinking, dude? I mean, man. If you wanted to bring them, at least bring the women's and young ones first. But nope. Got to bring a whole bunch of male military age style, and you males should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed. I'm telling you, if this was the Titanic of 2025, that boat would be filled with men. No lie. This is where we are right now. But again, I would keep it updated with all these world news events that's related to Bible prophecy. Have a good night, guys. Check out the videos I posted today. All the links will be in the description box. God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next few hours. Till next time later. Peace.